Here we have a power clean. We will go through the starting position and the 4 phases of this very technical lift. Our starting position, you will stand with the feet placed between hip and shoulder width apart with the toes pointed slightly outward. Squatting down with the hips lower than the shoulders and grasp the bar evenly with a pronated grip. Then you will place your hands on the bar. You will also place your hands on the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart, outside of your knees, with the elbows fully extended and pointing out to the side. You'll place your feet flat on the floor and position the bar approximately 1 inch in front of your shins and over the balls of the feet. Your body positioning will be a neutral back or slightly arched, your scapula depressed and retracted, chest up and out, head in line with your vertebral column, your shoulders over or slightly in front of the bar, and your eyes focused straight forward. All of your reps will begin from here. Then we have our first pull phase, where you lift the bar off the floor by forcefully extending the hips and knees, keeping the torso to floor angle constant. Don't let your hips come up before the shoulders, all while maintaining a neutral spine position. Keep your elbows fully extended, pointing out to the side, and the shoulders over or slightly ahead of the bar. As the bar is raised, keep it as close to the shins as possible. Then you'll move to your transition phase, where as the bar comes just above the knees, you thrust the hips forward and slightly flex the knees to move the thighs against and the knees under the bar. Keep the back neutral or slightly arched and the elbows fully extended and pointing out to the sides. Then you'll move into your second pull phase, where you rapidly extend the hips, knees, and ankles, keeping the bar as close to your body as possible still, and keeping your back neutral and elbows pointing out to the sides. Keep your shoulders over the bar and elbows extended as long as you can. When the lower body joints reach your full extension, rapidly shrug the shoulders upward with the elbows still fully extended and pointing to the sides. As your shoulders reach their highest elevation, flex the elbows to begin pulling the body under the bar. Due to the explosive nature, the torso is erect or slightly hyperextended, the head is tilted slightly back, and the feet may lose contact with the floor. Here we have the deadlift. We're going to go through a starting position for it. Standing with the feet flat and placed between hip and shoulder width apart with the toes pointed slightly outward. Squat down with the hips lower than the shoulders and grasp the bar with a closed pronated grip. Then place your hands on the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart outside of the knees with the elbows fully extended. Place your feet flat on the floor and position the bar approximately 1 inch in front of the shins and over the balls of the feet. Position the body, your positioning of your body will be a neutral back or slightly arched. Your scapulae will be depressed and retracted, your chest up and out, head in line with your vertebral column or slightly hyperextended, your heels in contact with the floor, shoulders over or slightly in front of the bar, and eyes focused straight ahead or slightly upward. All of your reps will begin from here. In the upward movement phase, you will lift the bar off the floor by extending your hips and knees. Keep the torso to floor angle constant. Do not let the hips rise before the shoulders. Maintain a neutral spine position. Keep the elbows fully extended and the shoulders over or slightly ahead of the bar. As the bar is raised, keep it as close to the shins as possible. As the bar rises just above the knees, keep the shoulders over the bar and extend the hips to keep the bar close to the body. Continue to extend the hips and knees until the body reaches a fully erect torso position. Then you'll move into your downward movement phase, where you allow the hips and knees to flex to slowly lower the bar to the floor. Always maintain the neutral spine position and do not flex your torso forward. Here we have the flat barbell bench press. We're going to go through the starting positions and all of the movement faces for the athlete and the spotters. The starting position for the athlete is lying in a supinated position on the bench in our 5-point body contact position, placing the body on the bench so that the eyes are below the rack bar. Grasp the bar with a closed pronated grip slightly wider than shoulder width apart, then signal your spotter for assistance in moving the bar off the supports. Position the bar over the chest with the elbows fully extended. All of your reps will begin from this spot. Starting position for the spotter. Stand erect and very close to the head of the bench, but do not distract the athlete. Place your feet shoulder width apart with the knees slightly flexed. Grasp the bar with a closed, alternated grip inside the athlete's hands. At the athlete's signal, assist with moving the bar off the supports and then guide the bar to a position over the athlete's chest. Then release the bar smoothly. Now we move on to the downward movement phase for the athlete, where you will lower the bar to touch the chest at approximately nipple level. Keep the wrists stiff and the forearms perpendicular to the floor and parallel to each other. Maintain that 5-point body contact position on the bench. For our spotter during this phase, you need to keep the hands in the alternated grip position close to but not touching the bar as it descends. Slightly flex your knees, hips, and torso as the bar moves down, and keep the back neutral when following the bar. Moving on to the upward movement phase for the athlete, you push the bar upward and very slightly backward until the elbows are fully extended, keeping your wrists stiff and the forearms perpendicular to floor and parallel to each other. Still maintaining the 5-point body contact position on the bench. Do not arch the back or raise the chest to meet at the bar. At the end of the set, signal the spotter for assistance in the racking bar. Keep a grip on the bar until it is definitely racked. For the spotter during this phase, you need to keep your hands in that same alternated grip, close to but not touching the bar as it ascends, slightly extending your knees and torso and keeping your back neutral when following the bar. At the athlete's signal, grab the bar with an alternated grip inside the athlete's hands and guide it back into the supports, keeping a grip on the bar until it is racked. Okay, we're going to move on to the barbell biceps curl. Starting position will be grasping the bar with a closed supinated grip. Grip should be shoulder width apart so the arms touch the sides of the torso. You stand erect with the feet shoulder width apart and the knees slightly flexed, resting the bar on the front of the thighs with your elbows fully extended. All of your repetitions will begin from this spot. The upward movement phase. Flex the elbows until the bar is near the anterior deltoids. Keep your torso erect and the upper arm stationary. Do not jerk the body or swing the bar upward. Then we move to the downward movement phase, where you lower the bar until the elbows are fully extended. Keep the torso and knees in the same position and do not bounce the bar on your thighs between reps. Here we have our plyometric exercise, a simple double leg jump, a box jump. Your starting position, you will simply be facing the box, getting into a comfortable upright stance with your feet shoulder width apart. You will then go into a slight squat with both arms reaching back, and then you counter move them forward. As you jump onto the top of the box, you use both legs and you land with both feet in a half squat position. Then you simply step down from the box and repeat. As you can see here, you can increase the intensity by changing the height of the box or changing the number of reps you do.